Guys, and good morning. Today we're going to be doing a little oil change on the WR250F. I just got this thing back from Yamaha of Harrison. Shout out to Yamaha for taking care of my bike and getting it all put back together and everything. It's been in the shop for a little while. That is a hot exhaust pipe that I just touched. Let's not do that again. Anyway, point is I'm going to do, since basically I needed the entire motor to be rebuilt and everything, I'm going to be doing an oil change from the braking oil to synthetic oil. So basically the braking oil is it's non-synthetic, it's pure oil. I guess that's from what I was heard. And at this point, I'm just going to do an oil change. So first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to take the skid plate cover off, and I believe that is a size 8mm socket. So that's why I haven't been posting any content of my dirt bike and stuff. It's because it's been gone for so long. So I'm going to go ahead and take this off real quick. Loosen them all up. There's another one at the bottom too. I need to get these bolts, threads and stuff. Like, I'm gonna put some oil or something in them because they're a little crusty from the sand dunes and mining and alrighty, so my bolts are gonna go over here inside of the skid plate cover, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go. Actually, you know what? I'll pull the bike forward so then you guys can see kind of what's going on. Stevens, dude, I don't have to answer to you. No, I'm just kidding. But if I do have work at I've got work at like 3:30 to close. So I'd say today's less likely. So I'm going to move this out of the way, and I'm going to find the bolt and the oil. I think that was a 12 last time I checked, but I'll look. Yes, perfect. Alrighty, I'm going to go take off the fill cap so there's ventilation. And then I'm going to go ahead and bust that drain bolt loose. gotta very carefully unscrew this with my hand. It's starting to come loose. Let's hope that this oil is not scalding. I let it run for a little bit before I started. Oop. Boom. Giving her a couple pushes so then I can get the rest of the oil out. Since I do want to make sure all the oil is off of the bike, because it is in fact, that's pretty much pure oil, if that makes sense. Like, it's not like fake or synthetic or anything else, it's a real deal. And I gotta make sure all of it's out before the transition between this and any synthetic. Good. Set that back over on its side. And I'm like pretty sure that's it. Alrighty. So I'm gonna go ahead and check off the bolt here, and then I'm gonna add a little bit of gun oil, and then I'm gonna reinstall this bolt. And can you stick, guys? Also, you want to wipe off your drain bolt too, just so it's clean before you go in, so you're not damaging anything else. So I'm gonna go ahead. I don't think you can see me, but I'll do it like this. Take the gun oil, and then I'm gonna go and apply a nice strip down the side or the top. So then, by the time I get over here, when it's on the top, it'll run down the sides of the threads. So I'm gonna go ahead and reinstall. Perfect. It goes in a lot easier that way, and it keeps it nice and protected from high heat, because that's what gun oil does. Alrighty, I'm gonna go ahead and take this little 12-inch socket, and I'm sorry, not 12-inch, size 12 socket, and I'm gonna retighten this. Tighten it until righty tighty turns loosey righty. Don't do that, guys. Okay, so I think the next thing we're gonna do is I'm gonna move this over here a little bit, and then now I'm gonna check the oil filter. Let's hope that there's no metal shavings in it. That's okay, so I might as well tell the story on this. So basically, the entire reason why this bike's been gone for like about 45 days is because due to the fact that when I went out to the sand dunes with Eric and his family and everything, our family, basically we were out there about 4 days, like wide open throttle, or we all kind of were driving, but we were out there 4 days on the sand dunes. My bike had a lot of hours on it. The last time that I checked the hours on it before I left, I had about 126 hours, and I probably put so much out there just due to the fact that it was old and it was burning oil. And I think that's why when I got back there was glitter, excuse me, there was glitter in the oil filter. Because it basically lived the last bit of its life. And so that's why I had to take it to Yamaha Harrison on May 2nd. I just got it back Saturday morning. Or sorry, yeah, it was Saturday morning. And I went to a friend's house that day and rode a little around his yard because I think it was the owner's son, Ty Bishke. He's a super good guy and he taught me how to do a couple things. Good guy, like they're good family. That's Yamaha Harrison gets anything, they'll do anything right. So now I'm just gonna kind of let that oil drip, and then I'm gonna get a rag and clean off this little oil filter. Let it kind of soak up the old oil. I gotta see what time it is because I do have to take my sister to work here soon. So this looks good. I'm gonna go ahead and take this. Actually, you know what? Pause a moment. Make sure I'm gonna get a clean side of this, and then wipe out the inside of the oil filter where the cartridge goes. So I'm gonna do that. Alrighty, so that's clean. Shoot, it wasn't. So I'm gonna take that, reinstall the cartridge, and then I'm gonna take my cartridge oil filter cover, put it right back on. Make sure it's just lined up, and then just kind of hand tighten the bolts until they're about snug, and then I will proceed to tighten them down with a little wrench or a socket. I just woke up a little bit ago, so I'm not all there yet. I got this. Got it, guys. Alrighty. So I'm gonna go ahead and start tightening now, and then I'm gonna add my oil and do a cold start with the new oil run through it. Do that. What? My hands are oily. What the heck? Wrong way. Here we are. Okay. Tight. That's tight. I'm gonna wipe off the excess oil from the side of the motor so it doesn't start smelling like burning oil. Like, oh no, what's that? My motor's already blown? What? Nope. Just burning off the excess off the side, I guess. Well, really, you don't even want that, honestly, if you just want to have the smell of oil in general, burning. I'm actually going to go ahead and take you to the other side so we can fill the oil up. What's up, Braden? 5 people. Alrighty. 9:07. I got 13-ish minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and take this right over there. And I'm going to be using SAE Synthetic 10W40 4-stroke engine oil, all-purpose motorsports. So then this will be the first technical oil change for this motor. So it'll be like its actual like non-break-in motor oil, if that makes sense. So I'm going to go ahead and grab a filter real quick here. We'll make sure to wipe it out. It's not all, no, this is pretty good. Alrighty, so I'm going to go ahead and put in about a quart. This bike takes about a quart of oil. maybe a little more. It's about that size. Brand new, fresh, right off the showroom floor oil from Yamaha Harrison. If you guys have anything you guys want to buy down there, if you guys live in the area, ask for Adam Bishke. He's the owner, or half owner, and his the other part owner is his brother Eli. They're both really good guys. But if you want to get any help from me sending you, go to Adam Bishke. Hey, Syler sent me down here. How can I figure out like what's a good buy for me, or just something like that. Just pretty much just be like, I need help, Adam. What can I buy? Spend money. Alrighty. I'm gonna hold this up a little bit. It's kind of an awkward angle, but I'm gonna go ahead and add the oil. Tedious process if I don't want to spill any of this oil. Gotta ensure that it gets all into the motor, so then I don't go 50 hours into this new motor and blow it. Let's just say I spent a very pretty penny getting this motor back, especially for the time that it took. And if you guys want to know too why it took like over a month and a half to get it done, it's because Yamaha Harrison, you gotta cut them a break. They're pretty much overworking one mechanic as of right now, because I guess there's not really a lot of people that are really mechanic certified to work on motorcycles around the area. That's what I'm assuming. Either that or, just people have been wanting to get hired. But anyway, point is, he's being overworked. So cut them some slack, and I guess. Other than that, I'm not gonna get mad about it. Yeah, sure, it took a long time and everything, but I think you gotta realize too, it's like when you have something that you love a lot, and then it's taken away from you from like a certain amount of time or forever, you realize how good you've got it, if that makes sense. Like, I remember I was like, how would I, like, to put it to reference, like, I don't even know. It was like, I missed my bike from day one, to be honest, and everything, but like, I think after like a certain point, it's like you realize it's like how bad you want something. Does that make sense? You want your bike so bad, you want to be able to ride again so bad, you just want to do all those things. Why is that so pretty? That looks majestic. I've never said that about oil, Chad, in my entire life. That oil looks majestic. For some reason it does. With the little tip off. Heat. And that is pretty much the oil change. All I have to do at this point is just reinstall the skid plate, and then we're going to do a cold start on my 2018 WR250F. Alrighty. 3 people. I'll take that. So I'm going to move you guys I don't drop my phone. It's literally sitting on a gas can. Race gas can VPT2. Sorry, folks. Alrighty. Reinstall this skid plate. Make sure your bolts are tight, not loose, of course. Then I'm gonna take this. Ooh, that's nasty. Bolts. There we are. Oh, fine. Have to get it cleaned out soon. What? Are you kidding me? Here we are. Overall, the other day, I was just riding my dirt bike, just kind of cruising around the neighborhood and stuff like that. It was actually yesterday. And I was just realizing, it's like, I know this is not like just strictly motocross bike, but I would say this is legitimately the best bike I've ever ridden. And that's not just because it's mine, it's not just because it's Yamaha. But the way that the suspension feels, the way that it rides, the power on it, the power delivery especially, and it's actually very fuel efficient for being a dirt bike. You'd think that they'd suck gas and all that, but honestly, it just kind of, it sips it a lot better than a lot of bikes I've seen, especially for its engine size 250. But overall, it's a really good bike. I like it. It's pretty much handled everything I've thrown at it besides the sand dunes part, which really wasn't, if I'm being honest, they could have handled it a lot better if it didn't have so many hours and stuff on it. I've taken a TTR 125 out there to the sand dunes on a dirt tire and it handled it. Yeah, sure, it got really hot and all that because it's air cooled, and out there, especially on a dirt tire, you're always just sitting there spinning high RPM, not getting much traction anywhere. But it's a good bike. Definitely recommend it. The only complaint that I have about it is I think it's because of my size as a person. It's kind of heavy, but I would not sometimes use that as a downside because sometimes you want a little bit more weight on certain areas of riding. It's not that I know you don't want it for track riding. By all means, you want to be light as possible, but some applications being heavier is kind of nice. Like grip, you're not sliding everywhere. I do get very good, excellent grip on this bike, especially using low RPM through the trails. Just kind of, not really bogging it, but just kind of low RPM. But overall, let's get this thing started, and after that, I'll have to pause the stream until I get about home again, and then I can if you're wondering. Shut up, what? Alrighty. Well, that oil change is done.
Yep.
And this is the oil filter I set down here. I'm going to go ahead and end this live stream now, guys. Thank you for coming in and watching, and I will talk to you guys later. Probably live stream later on. But anyway, enjoy the rest of your day until later on, I guess.